Welcome to Mr. Tech, the ultimate arena for high-speed chases. Get ready for heart-pounding action, intense police pursuits, and adrenaline-fueled moments that will leave you breathless.
Driver, pull over! Driver!
Tattoos on his face.
On October 3rd, 2023, Team A received multiple emergency calls from citizens reporting a man recklessly operating a four-wheeler ATV on eastbound Interstate 30. The driver was weaving dangerously through traffic, posing a serious threat to public safety. Officers quickly responded to the scene and located the vehicle in Lane 3 near Bishop Lindsay. The suspect, later identified as Curtis Jackson, then initiated a dramatic attempt to flee. The situation escalated rapidly when Jackson suddenly swerved, veering onto the eastbound ramp leading to Interstate 40. At mile marker 154, patrol officers activated their emergency lights and sirens, but instead of stopping, he accelerated, weaving recklessly through lanes like a daredevil. The ATV surged up the ramp at speeds exceeding 60 miles per hour. The danger lay not only in the velocity and Jackson's apparent lack of awareness, but also in the risk posed to dozens of others on the road, families, truck drivers, who could become victims at any moment.
Pull over!
I'll try to get the box again.
Officer Little joined the pursuit, attempting to cut off the ATV to slow it down, but Jackson showed no signs of relenting. With the suspect nearing a dense residential area, officers were forced to take more aggressive action to prevent his escape. Time was no longer a luxury.
Driver, pull over!
The chase escalated when the ATV suddenly lost a rear wheel. Undeterred, Jackson kept barreling down the road at over 60 miles per hour, weaving across lanes as if daring fate itself. Dust clouds filled the air. The engine roared. This was madness. Driving a crippled vehicle at high speed posed a serious risk of crashing into other cars or roadside barriers.
Pull over! Give it up! You're all done!
At the 3-mile mark, the officer made a decisive move. He surged ahead of the ATV and used precision tactics to gradually force it to a stop.
Speed 60.
Jackson was ultimately subdued with assistance from officers Little and Smith.
Go ahead, get him right here. Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get your ass on the fucking ground!
Okay. Okay.
Chain on your back. Why are you running, buddy?
I want to run. I'm trying to get off the freeway, sir.
Are you drunk?
No, sir.
Do you not see us trying to get you stopped?
Yes, sir. I was trying to get off the freeway. I don't have drugs and none of these.
You got anything on you, buddy? What's your name, buddy? Blow to that.
Jane Jackson.
Blow, 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 blow. What's he at? Shut up! We ain't talking to you. What's that say? Or are you too drunk to read it?
He reeked of alcohol, his eyes bloodshot, and a roadside breath test revealed a BAC of 0.13, well above the legal limit. underscoring the recklessness and disregard for consequences that marked his actions. At the scene, Jackson falsely identified himself as James Jackson, born September 18, 1965. But his fingerprints told a different story. He was, in fact, Curtis Jackson, born May 29, 1963. The Polaris 700 ATV was towed by Phillips Rescue Services while Jackson was transported to the Pulaski County Jail. He now faces a series of serious charges, including felony fleeing in a motor vehicle, driving under the influence, speeding, operating a vehicle with a suspended license, and multiple other felony offenses. On the same day, Arkansas State Police received reports of an ATV recklessly weaving through traffic in blatant disregard for traffic laws.
Stop! Stop! You ain't keep going. Stop! You! You can't be on the highway.
Officers immediately pursued the suspect in an effort to stop the dangerous behavior. However, instead of complying with commands to pull over, the suspect defiantly accelerated toward a residential area, continuing to drive erratically and posing a serious safety risk.
That dude don't phase.
We're off the road.
Officers struggled to get close to the vehicle, raising concerns about whether law enforcement had responded with sufficient force. The suspect then veered off the road into a wooded area and quickly disappeared, evading capture. This incident highlights the growing issue of ATV violations and the urgent need for stricter enforcement measures.
Currently lost track of them. I'm in the woods right now. I want to try to get back to the main road. Negative. I've lost them now.
Okay, just step back there.
On April 14, 2024, while patrolling along Aggie and Howard, officers spotted a suspicious male individual parked on the roadside near Indiana Frank Lincoln, engaging in a hand-to-hand transaction with another person from the grassy area across the road.
How you doing? I'm Trooper Thomas, State Police. What's your name?
Roy Flowers.
Roy Flowers. 10-4 on Aggie and Howard.
Noticing the unusual behavior, the officer immediately exited the vehicle to approach. The suspect instantly fled, crossing the street, escalating the situation.
It's not on you? Okay, just step back here. Dispatch 1030 seconds.
Police quickly pursued the suspect eastbound, through the northern belt area.
northbound on Patrick for Bell.
During the chase, the suspect threw an object, later identified as a small box, along with several other items, into the front yard of a home on the 200 block of Scott Street. This act was not considered an attempt to dispose of evidence, which could have led to additional charges upon arrest. A police patrol vehicle sustained minor damage while navigating a sharp curve in an effort to maintain pursuit. A scratched paint job and engine vibrations were the price paid to stay on the suspect's trail. This underscores the necessity of long-term maintenance for patrol vehicles. Simultaneously, reports from nearby residents indicated that a suspect was threatening to set fire to a property at 208 Scott Street, escalating the severity of the situation. The danger stemmed not only from the suspect, but also from the potential loss of property and innocent lives. After the suspect ran across the field behind the church on Johnson Road, officers ordered him to stop and lie on the ground. Initially resisting, he claimed to have knee pain but ultimately complied after multiple warnings. While taking him into custody, officers discovered that he had an active warrant from the parole board. Notably, at the scene in the front yard of the 200 block of Scott, supporting units found a small ball containing methamphetamine, clear evidence of criminal activity. A K-9 unit was immediately requested to search for additional evidence in the vast field south of Walker, near the fire station. The intense pursuit through challenging terrain required tactical skill and rapid coordination between units, while my patrol vehicle stalled shortly after, adding further pressure to the operation. Although the suspect was subdued and the evidence was secured, the incident left a lasting impression of law enforcement's determination to protect the community from the threat of drug-related crime. The K-9 unit was deployed to ensure no evidence was overlooked, demonstrating professionalism and efficiency in coordination. Minor material damage, such as patrol vehicle damage, serves as proof of the team's unwavering dedication and willingness to face challenges head-on. On September 20th, 2023 in Toledo, Ohio, local police spotted Ryan Hasselbach, a man driving a pickup truck at high speed through the streets. Recognizing the danger, officers immediately activated their lights and sirens, ordering him to stop. However, Hasselbach showed no intention of complying, forcing the police into a dramatic pursuit. Under police pressure, instead of slowing down, the suspect floored the gas pedal, pushing the pickup truck to its maximum speed and leading officers into a high-intensity pursuit. Patrol units swiftly executed a tactical formation, working in close coordination to maintain control of the situation. Hasselbach's vehicle weaved through crowded streets, posing a severe risk to civilians, especially given the high population density of the area. The darkness of night further complicated law enforcement efforts, creating both a significant challenge for officers and an opportunity for the suspect to escape more easily. Recognizing that the situation had escalated beyond what could be managed alone, officers alerted the K-9 unit, preparing for immediate intervention should the suspect attempt to flee on foot. The short but intense chase ended in disaster when Hasselbach lost control and crashed his vehicle straight into a local elementary school. The pickup truck slammed into a classroom for children with special needs, where young Charlie, who suffers from the rare Batten disease, was studying alongside his classmates. The disease had already robbed Charlie of his vision and threatened his ability to walk, but the specially equipped classroom was a place where he found hope. The crash completely destroyed these invaluable tools, leaving a gaping hole in the wall and causing an estimated $150,000 in damages. The true devastation, however, went beyond material loss. It struck at the heart of the community, traumatizing young students and shattering the hopes of their families. Hasselbach's reckless and inhumane actions rightfully sparked outrage. Had the children been standing just behind that wall at the moment of impact, the consequences could have been unimaginable. After a brief struggle, Toledo police successfully subdued Hasselbach, pulling him from the vehicle and taking him into custody on the spot. The suspect was handcuffed and now faces serious charges, including failure to comply with police orders, obstruction of law enforcement, and property damage. The incident stands as a testament to the courage and swift response of law enforcement officers in protecting the community from reckless behavior. On December 17, 2021, while patrolling Hiram Sudi Road near the intersection with Old Sudi Road, officers spotted a blue Dodge Charger with white racing stripes speeding eastbound. Radar clocked the vehicle at 84 miles per hour, a serious violation. Without hesitation, officers immediately turned around, activated their emergency lights and sirens, and initiated a pursuit of the vehicle, which posed a significant risk to the community. The Dodge Charger accelerated, racing down Hiram Sudi Road near the McClung intersection, forcing the officer to push the patrol car to its maximum speed to close the gap. Through the rearview mirror, he observed the suspect blatantly disregarding traffic laws, abruptly swerving from the eastbound lane to the westbound lane in a no-passing zone, weaving past another vehicle at an alarming speed. This reckless maneuver not only endangered the other driver's life, but also posed a severe risk to anyone on the congested rush-hour roadway, especially school buses transporting children home. The officer immediately radioed the dispatcher, requesting urgent backup while maintaining pursuit. The chase reached its climax when the Dodge Charger sped into a sharp right turn near 2804 Hiram Sudi. Officers in pursuit maintained a tactical distance to ensure safety. Suddenly, A piercing crash echoed. The Charger slammed into the rear of a school bus, spun out, veered off to the right shoulder, and skidded down an embankment. A cloud of dust billowed as officers immediately stopped, approaching the scene with heightened caution. Inside the Charger, the suspect, Isaiah Raphael Frank, remained motionless. Officers issued clear commands over the loudspeaker. "Put your hands up," but received no response. Meanwhile, they directed the bus driver to move the students away from potential danger. Although the vehicle had come to a stop, Frank refused to exit. Through the window, he admitted to having a gun and revealed that his 5-year-old daughter, Jada Frank, was inside the car. The situation escalated: an armed suspect, a child caught in the crossfire, and a tense standoff. Officers held their positions, issuing firm commands to secure the scene while awaiting backup from Paulding County and troop police. Once reinforcements arrived, officers coordinated to safely extract Jada from the vehicle before subduing Frank. Using tactical precision, they ordered him to crawl out through the passenger door with his hands raised before securing him in handcuffs without further resistance. From a distance, an outraged parent shouted, "That poor little girl! What kind of man puts his own child in danger like that?"
10-4-5, are you cleared? 2804 Hiram City Road.
Get the county rolling this way.
10-4-433, you cleared at a gunpoint. That's 10-4.
Have EMS 1018. I don't know about this school bus.
After a search, Frank was found unarmed and placed in the back seat of a patrol car. A Glock 27 handgun, serial number YEG-147, was discovered on the vehicle's floor. On the bus, 2 students reported mild headaches. Frank was transported to the Paulding County Jail, and an arrest warrant was completed with charges including fleeing and eluding, reckless driving, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime, approved by a judge. The swift and decisive coordination of law enforcement successfully prevented a potential disaster, safeguarded the community, and saved an innocent child's life.
That's your youngin' in the car with you? She got a mama close by, or mom stopped. I mean, and then your kid in the car, man. I mean, come on, dude. What have you done if you killed her? Because that's about, you just about killed her. You just about killed him. And you, I thought y'all was dead when I got up here. All for a speed ticket. Yeah, you hauling ass, man.
On March 2nd, 2024, a high-speed pursuit began on Remington Road near I-40. The suspect, a 53-year-old male, was driving at speeds of up to 81 miles per hour despite heavy traffic. Upon receiving the alert, the patrol team immediately mobilized, coordinating with the K-9 unit to prevent the situation from escalating. The suspect was believed to be involved in drug-related activities and was resisting police orders. The chase extended over a mile, from the 161 Gall EX area to nearby streets, as the suspect repeatedly accelerated, reaching speeds of 104 miles per hour in an attempt to evade law enforcement. It was truly alarming that, despite being over 50 years old, he engaged in such reckless behavior, showing complete disregard for the potential danger to innocent bystanders, including children. During the pursuit, a newly issued patrol vehicle sustained damage, while the suspect ignored all commands to stop. The K-9 unit was urgently deployed, ready to assist if the suspect attempted to flee on foot. The severity of the situation became even more evident as the suspect exhibited signs of losing control, possibly due to the influence of stimulants. Immediate intervention was crucial to prevent the situation from spiraling further, demanding decisive action from law enforcement. The chase continued near the Uchalar 40 area, where the suspect was forced to stop after being boxed in by a tactical police formation designed to slow their acceleration. With the assistance of a highly trained K-9, officers swiftly subdued the suspect before he could escape into a nearby ravine. The final recorded speed was 105 miles per hour before the suspect's vehicle was disabled. The incident concluded with the suspect in handcuffs, effectively eliminating the immediate threat to the community. During the arrest, the suspect admitted to having an ID in his back pocket, but refused to provide information regarding drug use, despite displaying erratic behavior indicative of criminal activity. It's almost laughable. 53 years old and still thinking you got away with it.
Yep.
He was taken to the hospital for testing before being transported to the detention facility to face charges. This incident also highlights that despite facing immense pressure and vehicle damage, the patrol team and K-9 unit demonstrated professionalism and a strong sense of duty in bringing the suspect to justice. At approximately 1:35 a.m. on September 14, 2024, Officer Ryan Earhart was patrolling southbound on US 41, SR 45. While running a license plate check on a white Nissan Sentra V01 with the plate number DNY8408, the system indicated that the vehicle's registration had expired in March 2024. Upon detecting the violation, he signaled the vehicle to pull over. However, instead of complying, the driver responded with a blatant act of defiance against the law. The Nissan Sentra suddenly accelerated, launching into a high-speed chase on US 41. The driver recklessly drove against traffic through multiple crowded areas, including the vicinity of a university where students and vehicles were actively moving. Escalating the danger to a critical level, the situation posed a severe risk of collisions with innocent pedestrians or even a potential hostage scenario. Blowing through multiple red lights, the vehicle continued southbound, extending the pursuit into Sarasota County. Running a red light at over 100 miles per hour sent a clear message. I don't care about anyone's life. I've never been that drunk. A stunned witness on the road exclaimed. Each reckless maneuver pushed the situation to a crisis point, forcing law enforcement to consider stronger measures to immediately safeguard the community. As the pursuit neared Imperial Drive, officers decided to employ the PIT maneuver to put an end to the escalating danger. Executing the technique with precision, an officer made contact with the driver's side rear wheel of V01, disabling the tire and causing the Nissan to lose control. The vehicle skidded, crashed into a median roundabout, careened across oncoming traffic lanes, and ultimately came to a violent stop after colliding with two pedestrian signs, damaging multiple public structures and leaving a chaotic scene in the aftermath. Officers immediately exited their patrol vehicles, secured the area, and apprehended the driver, Lisa Joanne Hoffacker, along with her passenger.
Get on the ground! Man, get on your stomach right now. Get on your stomach right now. I do that. Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach. I'm covered in shit. Please don't be violent with me. Don't be violent. You see what you did? Oh my God. You see what you did? Ma'am, give me fucking shit. I can't do it when you're in my back. You stay right there. Right now. Why'd you run? Why'd you run?
Upon observation, Hoffacker exhibited clear signs of intoxication, including slurred speech and bloodshot eyes. She refused all field sobriety tests and breath samples, despite being reminded of her implied consent under the law. Hoffacker was transported to Sarasota Memorial Hospital for a medical evaluation, while the passenger was arrested on a warrant from another jurisdiction. The violating vehicle was inventoried by Officer Lane, 1971, and towed to Jim's Auto Repair in Sarasota. Due to his dangerous actions, Hoffacker was charged with fleeing to elude, DUI with property damage, reckless driving, and other related offenses. The tactical coordination and decisive actions of law enforcement successfully prevented a potential disaster, ensuring the safety of innocent civilians on the streets. On July 4th, 2021, during a patrol in Fulton County, officers spotted several suspicious vehicles stationary in the parking lot of the West End Mall. Upon inspection, an officer noticed a distinctive red Dodge, just as its driver was stepping out of the vehicle. When the officer activated his emergency lights and approached, the suspect suddenly jumped back into the car, preparing to flee. The police swiftly maneuvered their patrol vehicle, blocking the Dodge to prevent a potential pursuit. However, the suspect refused to surrender, recklessly ramming into the patrol car in an attempt to push the officers out of position. Did he seriously think he could overpower a four-wheel drive police cruiser? The engine roared, smoke billowed from the tires as he repeatedly reversed and surged forward with increasing force, endangering not only the officers' lives, but also the safety of those in the crowded parking lot. Immediately, the officers drew their weapons, commanding him to stop, one foot on the brake, the other ready outside the vehicle to maintain control. By now, the physical damage was evident. The patrol car shook violently, the risk of severe mechanical failure rising. Trees and property within the shopping center faced imminent danger. Acting quickly, the officer holstered his weapon, returned to the patrol car, and accelerated, forcing the Dodge back into a thicket, disabling it. The suspect jumped out and fled south on foot through a parking lot. Pursuing in the patrol car, the officer watched as the suspect climbed into the passenger seat of another vehicle. As he closed in, the suspect bolted again, running north, crashing through the brush, heading down Oak Street before vanishing. Every step he took posed a potential threat to the community. A bystander at the shopping center witnessed the entire event and exclaimed, almost certainly a warning, as it occurred on private property and law enforcement aimed to avoid complications with the center's owner. The young man now faces hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars in repairs. His insurance rates will skyrocket, his license will be suspended for years, and he may even face felony charges, fines, and impound fees. Upon searching the Dodge, police obtained identification details for Cordell Thurman, verified through a driver's license photo from the GCIC, which matched the suspect. His grandmother later arrived, inadvertently confirming his identity. The following day, authorities finalized Thurman's arrest warrant on multiple charges, including aggravated assault, fleeing, eluding law enforcement, and hit and run. A towing service handled the scene, while Sergeant Youngblood assisted in documenting the damages. Is there an action-packed moment that gets your heart racing and your adrenaline pumping the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single intense moment.